What's up, guys? So, just thought we'd do a quick video on
what happened today.
What happened today. A little bit of a crazy day.
Basically, I forgot my pod at school, and we had to go. We went to baseball, and the police called my dad because he went to grab it, and we went there and we got it from him.
Okay, so here's the long version of it. That was the short, sweet version. Hold on, we're changing out a pod while we're doing this. So Nevaeh gets home from school. We're about to have dinner before going to Austin's baseball game, and all of a sudden she just starts crying and has a panic moment. Realizes she forgot her Omnipod at school. For those of you that are familiar with the Omnipod, it's an easy one to forget because it's not attached to your body like a lot of the other insulin pumps are. It's a wireless system. But we need that to be able to dose her from her actual pod that's attached to her body. So the nice thing is before we actually got any insulin pumps, we did the manual or the multiple daily injections for a couple months just because Courtney and I wanted to get familiar with it for situations like these that arise, so we know how to do an insulin shot without the technology.
We're changing our pod right now. My pod, not ours.
Yeah, we're changing the pod right now. But anyway, so she forgot it, so we ended up still dosing her for dinner. We just took a syringe out, drew up some insulin out of the vial in the fridge, and just gave her because I'm familiar with what her carb ratios are. She gets 1 unit for every 10 grams of carbs. So she had like 35 grams of carbs for dinner. So I just dosed her 3.5 units. So we're good to go. But of course, today happened to be the day that we needed to change out her pod, like at 8 o'clock tonight. So it started beeping while we were at. Carbs. Yeah, but you can't really get 3.6 units. Those tiny units on those tiny little syringes, it's pretty impossible. So I got it as close as I could. Yeah. And anyway, we got a notification at Austin's baseball game that we got to change the pump out, or we didn't get a notification. Her pod started beeping regularly, which means it needs to be changed out. So anyway, I had reached out to her school nurse, which is awesome, Nevaeh's school nurse, as well as her teacher, and nobody was getting back to me. So once we figured out we needed to change a pod out, I ended up just calling our local non-emergency police line, and they were awesome. Our police department in our town has always been awesome and very helpful, and they ended up going over to Nevaeh's school and knocked on the door till they got a hold of a janitor. Janitor came out and let him in, and I explained where in the classroom she keeps her Omnipod, and then we ran over there and picked it up from our awesome policemen. So that was awesome. So now we're doing a change out. So this is a day in the life. Well, I shouldn't say a day in the life of type 1 diabetes because this has only happened once since we've had a insulin pump. So it's actually a pretty good that you've only done it one time. But anyway, these kind of things can happen, and we just had to get through it. We had to punt. We had to think outside the box. Courtney and I actually text each other like at the same time. Maybe I should just call the police because I would think that they have access to get into the school. So it worked out. We're good to go. Changing out her pod, and she can go to bed. Should we record it? Just keep doing. Next.
Otherwise, it'll be like a 5-minute video, which is short.
What are you saying? I talk too much? All right.
Here,
which one did you just take it off of? Which side?
I do have shorts on though.
Yep, I'll fix it for me. Let's see.
I do have shorts on, but they're my pajama shorts.
Which leg are we going to?
This one. Where is the alcohol? Right
here. You didn't. Hold on. Let's get this. You still got a lot of goop left on from your last.
Okay, wipe it down with alcohol now, please. Okay. So we're gonna do it right there.
What's beeping?
Awesome unicorn.
Where is it?
Over there. Hey, wait. I need my unicorn.
Yeah, I'm not starting it. I'm just putting it on your body.
Magic unicorn, magic unicorn,
Right,
magic.
you got it right behind you.
Thank you.
Push start.
3, 2, 3, 2, 1. La 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 la.
Don't hurt. Don't hurt. Don't hurt. Not bad. Just a little baby hurt.
No hurt.
And we're done. And we can go to bed. If we would not have had... Yep, no hurt. Magic unicorn. If we had not had to change her pod tonight, we probably would have waited until she got to school tomorrow to get it. But it would have been a rough night because we would have probably... She would have probably ended up running out, and we probably would have ended up having to do like some injections, like every hour or something
If I got
like
high,
that.
they would have to wake me up and poke me.
Yeah. The Omnipod is not a hard stop where like the Dexcom, when it's at 10 days, it stops. The Omnipod
So thank you.
notifies you to change it out, but as long as there's still insulin in, you can still keep going with it. But I think throughout the middle of the night, it probably would have ran out of insulin. But anyway, all good to go.